Dear students, welcome to the English channel. Today, I will be providing you with very easy to understand line by line explanation of the chapter Older Than History. Without wasting time, let's start. Before we start, please open your textbooks to the first page of the chapter Older Than History. You will see in the first page, the author has described the journey to Banaras, the beauty of the railway station, then the hotel, the annex. These topics are covered. So here I am not describing or explaining line by line, but instead I am dividing it into points and sections so that you can understand it easily. The first point is the journey to Banaras. The points under it which you have to remember are: first, it was a few hours journey all in daylight. Then there was a wait of 2 hours for the Banaras train at Mughal Sarai station, where there was a change of cars mid-afternoon. Cars here means the coaches, the railway coaches. There was an option of taking a carriage to Banaras also, but Mark Twain did not want to miss the 2-hour long wait at the railway station. Now here we have to understand why he wanted to stay at the station and not take the carriage. Mark Twain says that a long wait at a station is dull and tedious in other countries but not in India. The crowd of people, the stir, the bustle, the confusion, and the shifting splendor of the clothes made the wait delightful and charming. So these points you have to remember. The crowd of people, the stir, the bustle means the movement, continuous movement, the confusion because of so many people, and the shifting splendor of the clothes means people moving in colorful clothes. All this made the wait very interesting. In the same page, the first page of the chapter, later on there is the description of the hotel. Now here whatever points are important, I have mentioned them. Please pay attention. Firstly, you need to remember that the hotel was situated at the outskirts of Banaras. It was a quiet and home-like house, inviting and comfortable. So this is the description of the hotel. What was it like? After that, the annex is described. Now, what is an annex? Annex is the extension of a building. The author liked the annex more than the hotel and decided to stay there. Then comes the description of the annex. The annex was a mile away from the hotel and was built in the middle of a large compound. It was built like a bungalow, everything on the ground floor and a veranda all around. There was one tree in the compound and a monkey lived in it. There was a well near the tree. A couple of oxen drew water from it, supervised by 2 Indians. The compound was soothing, lonesome, and satisfying. It was very restful after activities. Then there is 2 lines describing the room. More than the room, the bathroom attached to the room has been described. Each room had a bath attached, a room 10 or 12 square feet with a roomy pit made of stones and plenty of water. After this, the author describes Banaras. Here I am following the text and giving you line by line explanation because the vocabulary is very new for you and this will help you understand it better. Banaras was not a disappointment. It justified its reputation as a curiosity. This means the city of Banaras was as amazing as people said. It lived up to expectations of the people. It truly deserved its reputation as something interesting and special. It is on a high ground and overhangs the grand curve of the Ganges, meaning Banaras is built on a raised area of land and it overlooks a large bend of the Ganga river. So Banaras is situated on the banks of the river Ganga and it is in a higher position than the river. It is a vast mass of building compactly cresting a hill and is cloven in all directions by an intricate confusion of streets. So the city is full of buildings. Vast mass of building means full of buildings, compactly crusting a hill means covering a hill. And there are so many twisted streets that they form a confusing maze. Tall, slim minarets and beflagged temple spires rise out of it and give it picturesqueness viewed from the river. That means that from the river you can see tall, thin towers of mosques and temples, many decorated with flags, which make the city look beautiful and striking. Tall, slim minarets means tall, slim towers. Beflagged temple spires means the top of the temple from where the flags are hoisted. It gives the very beautiful look to the city, especially when viewed from the river. In Banaras, there are mosques, there are temples without numbers. That means that in the city of Varanasi or Banaras, as we call it, there are many mosques, but it has countless temples, so many that you cannot count them. Quaintly shaped and elaborately sculptured little stone temples crowd all the lanes. Quaintly means unusually. So the narrow streets are full of small stone temples. These temples have very quaint shapes, means very unusual shapes, and are decorated with fine carvings. The Ganges itself and every individual drop of water in it are temples. Benares is the sacredest of sacred cities. This means that the river Ganga is so holy that every drop of its water is like a temple in itself. Banaras is the holiest city present. The Ganges front is the supreme showplace of Banaras. That means that the most beautiful and famous part of Banaras is the riverfront. Now, after that, why is the riverfront so beautiful? That has been described. Its tall bluffs are solidly caked from water to summit along a stretch of 3 miles with a splendid jumble of massive and picturesque masonry. Tall bluffs means the high river banks. So the high river banks rise steeply from the water to the top for about 3 miles. They are fully covered with impressive and beautiful stonework. A bewildering and beautiful confusion of stone platforms, temples, stair flights, and stately palaces. The banks of the river are filled with a mix of stone steps, steps made from stones, platforms, temples, and grand palaces, all close together, forming a stunning but confusing sight. So each building is built so close to each other that it becomes very confusing. It looks very beautiful, but at the same time you get confused when you look at it. It is as if everything is built next to each other. Nowhere a break, nowhere a glimpse of the bluff itself. All the long face of it is compactly walled from sight by this cramped perspective of platforms. Nowhere a break, nowhere a glimpse of the bluff itself means you cannot even see the natural river bank because it is completely hidden behind so many closely packed temples, steps, and buildings. So wherever you look, all you can see is either a temple or some staircase or some building. So you can hardly see the river bank itself. Soaring stairways, sculptured temples, majestic palaces softening away into the distances. There are tall stairways, beautifully carved temples, and grand palaces continue endlessly along the river stretching into the distance. So, as far as you can see, all you will be able to see is stairways, temples, palaces. And there is movement, motion, human life everywhere and brilliantly costumed. Meaning the whole place is full of life. People are moving everywhere wearing colorful clothes. They stream in rainbows up and down the lofty stairways and masked in metamorphical flower gardens on the miles of great platforms at the river's edge. People are dressed in bright clothes and look like moving rainbows as they go up and down the steps. Lofty means high, high stairways. They gather in groups on the platform near the river, looking like colorful gardens. We made the usual trip up and down the river, seated in chairs under an awning on the deck of the usual commodious hand propelled boat. Awning means shade, commodious means spacious, hand propelled means hand rowed. The writer and others took a boat ride along the river. They sat comfortably in chairs under an awning. Awning means a shade. On a large hand rowed boat. Hand propelled means hand rowed. And commodious means spacious, large. We made it 2 or 3 times and could have made it with increasing interest and enjoyment many times more. They enjoyed the boat ride so much that they did it 2 or 3 times and felt that they could happily do it many more times. For of course, the palaces and temples would grow more and more beautiful every time one saw them, for that happens with all such things. That means that each time you look at the palaces and temples, they seem to be more beautiful, just like other wonderful sights in the world. Whatever is beautiful, every time we look at it, it seems to be more beautiful than ever. I'm ending the video here and I will be continuing with the rest of the chapter in my next video because I do not want to make this video too long. Hope this has helped you. See you in my next video. Till then, take care, bye bye, and God bless you all.